Hello, my name's Andrew, and I'm just trying to live the dream, but life is not cooperating. When I was a kid, I read this book called The Caboose Who Got Loose by Bill Peet, where a caboose named Katie escapes her boring life on the tracks to go live out in nature. And after that, literally all I wanted was to buy a cabin in the woods and come up with wild stories for a living. Naturally, I went to college as a creative writing major, but after 2 years of everyone telling me how unrealistic it was to try to make it as an author, I dropped out. Which kicked off this 10-year freefall where I went back to school for advertising, got a job as a copywriter, quit, moved home, started freelancing, became a shoe salesman, and then zigzagged from coding to design to illustration to life coaching, at which point I was less like a caboose and more like a smoldering existential train wreck.
Here's one thing that's not gonna happen. What? We're not gonna get fired. We're not, because we've already been fired.
In 2019, I finally thought, screw this, and decided to get focused by drawing one comic every day for a whole year, which led to publishing my first book, 365 Comics. After that, my YouTube channel went viral with videos about barefoot running, and I was basically living the dream. But 2 years later, I still find myself stuck at home, and I keep thinking like, what's wrong with me? I have everything I need to be successful, so why can't I stay motivated? Don't get me wrong, I'm grateful to have a place to live rent-free, but hang on. When you live with a parent, it's kind of their house, their rules, which is exhausting because half your energy goes into avoiding distractions and defending your boundaries. For example, I love my mom, but in a lot of ways, we're complete opposites. I'm an atheist, she's a Christian. I'm a minimalist, she's a collector. I trust naturopaths, she trusts doctors. I listen to JPEG Mafia, she listens to Kenny G. I do psychedelics, she thinks drugs are bad.
Okay, let's talk about LSD. Children, LSD is bad.
So there's this catch-22 where living at home has helped keep my dream alive while most people I know have settled down. But to coexist with my mom, I'm constantly having to hide or tone down parts of who I am. And ever since my car rusted out last year, I haven't been able to go anywhere or do anything, which feels super isolating. So basically, I have three options. Number one, keep living at home, which is free but depressing. Number two, rent an apartment, which would give me more freedom but cost $1,000 a month plus $15,000 for a new car. Or three, buy a house in the woods, which would cost at least $100,000 plus $15,000 for said car. Honestly, the fastest way for me to move out would be to go back to another 9-to-5 copywriting job. But first of all, fuck that. And secondly, I just love YouTubing because every day people write in to tell me how my barefoot videos help them switch to barefoot shoes or buy a light phone or cure their brain fog. So if plan A, B, and C aren't the answer, then it's like I need something completely different. I need a plan V. For the past few years, I've been obsessed with watching van life videos, but it always seemed too expensive and exhausting. Until one day when I realized, wait, just because you have a van doesn't mean you need to be traveling all the time. I could just park it in the driveway like Katie Caboose between two trees. 5 minutes later, I started madly sketching build ideas because van life seemed like the answer to all my problems. Okay, so I'm calling the van Morpheus, and I'm pretty sure the layout is completely unrealistic because I don't even have the dimensions, but let me give you a tour. Here's my desk in the back with my speakers and e-ink monitor. Then I've got a projector screen up above to do color grading and watch movies, and cabinets on either side with a slide-out bed underneath. Up front, I'd have a sink, fridge, oven, and stovetop with a hidden bookcase door leading to the cabin, and of course, some storage shelves for barefoot shoes and other stuff. Basically, owning a van is like the gateway to the rest of my life, and once I walk through that door, everything is gonna change. Instead of being distracted living at my mom's, I'll have a little studio of my own where I can record vlogs, blast music, have people over, and do psychedelics occasionally. Instead of packing and unpacking, I'll just take my home with me whenever I go to hang out with my dad, visit family, or travel. And instead of filming at the same old places, I'll be able to drive to different local trails to shoot barefoot videos or travel to Maine to do some solo backpacking. The only problem was I didn't want to buy a cheap van that would just break as soon as I bought it. At my current rate, it was gonna take me like 10 years to save up $50,000 for a new Ford Transit, which was equally demotivating. So I was back to the same catch-22. Without a van, I had to live at home, where I was constantly constantly distracted, which made it hard to be creative, which meant fewer videos, less money, and no van. So I had to live at home, where I was constantly distracted, which made it hard to be creative, which meant fewer videos, less money. I feel like I'm stranded on an alien planet, and I can't escape the gravity of all my problems because the thing I need to escape the gravity is outside the gravity. So, I don't know. I just need to find some way to get motivated, or I'm gonna be stuck in this room for the rest of my life. Feeling claustrophobic, I went out in the front yard and decided to climb a tree to get some perspective on my problems. All right, I don't have a GoPro or anything, so you guys are gonna have to ride in the backpack. Magic. Look at this view. Swaying around in the pine, I try to think like a caboose, or more accurately, a Ford Transit van. So here's the irony. I've been stuck in this project for 2 months, right? So I can't even get motivated to make a video about motivation. But then I was thinking about the caboose book, and it was like, okay, where am I in the story right now? I've realized I'm not happy. I've created this goal of van life. I'm chugging up the mountain of distraction, and the one thing still holding me back is my iPad, so I've gotta let it go. Just kidding, I'm gonna sell it on eBay, obviously. The second part is I have to build up enough speed to actually jump the tracks, which means saving $5,000 for a down payment and getting my income up to $2,500 a month so I can get a loan and buy a van by summer of 2024. Also, I feel like my problem with motivation is that I'm always doing too many things at once. So what if I turned it into a challenge, but instead of 365 comics, I just improved one area of my life every month? Yeah. Okay, food, create the perfect diet. Room, design a minimalist studio. Music, learn how to make beats. Filmmaking, shoot a cinema level video. Coding, finish my barefootwear site. Drawing, learn to sketch characters. Writing, start a cyberpunk novel. Routine, dial in my productivity system. Hiking, explore the best local trails. Conversation, interview creative people. Dating, go on one really good date. Woodworking, build a bookcase for the van. The order might change or whatever, but I feel like that's a good start. So now we just have to get back to Earth. Frankly, posting this video is the most terrifying thing I've ever done because van life is such a huge goal. And if it doesn't work out, like, I'm out of backup plans. But also a lot of motivation videos on YouTube are about people already living the dream, which can be kind of demotivating. So I created a second channel called Foltzy where I'm gonna talk about what I learned along the way and hopefully fill in some of the gaps between dreams and motivation. Plus, I wanna commit to posting one long form video guide per month for each self-improvement challenge and a barefoot video every week so I can get to #1 on YouTube. Basically, my goal is to buy a van by June of next year, and I'm gonna be posting updates at andrewfoltz.com/vanplan. There it is, first $100 saved towards the van. I know it's not much, but you gotta start somewhere, right? If you wanna pitch in, you can donate with the thanks button, but you can also support the channel for free by shopping with my referral links, and the easiest way to help out is just to do the old like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much to all the barefoot and I was gonna end it there, but it was like, how many times have I watched a motivational video and instead of getting motivated, literally the next thing I did was watch another motivational video. So I wanted to leave you with the one most important thing that I learned over the past 3 months, which is this. Not the caboose who got loose specifically, but finding a movie or a book that you really like and asking yourself, where am I in the story? Because when you start to look at your life as a plot, it makes it a lot easier to figure out why you're stuck and what you need to do next. So yeah, what's your story? Let me know. And thank you so much for watching. Catch you next time. Peace.